Hey guys, we are back with Tell Me Why. It didn't save my progress, so I had to go back through and do these 4 stories again. Luckily, I did remember the most part. I was like about 90% with remembering who did what in those stories. So well done me, big brain. I can remember sometimes, not the best memory in the world, but sometimes it works for me. Apparently, Tell Me Why is worth remembering. So I think we are probably nearing the end of the story now. Maybe we'll get 1 or 2 videos out of this play session. We'll see. Hi Tyler! Turning around to look at us. He's like, come on, what are you holding up for? What are you still talking for? Really enjoying the game, really looking forward to reaching the end of the story, the conclusion, and then I think I'm going to pick a nice spooky game for spooky season. I just have to kind of figure out which one. So let's, without further ado, let's leave.
You really want to go?
If you can understand my weird language.
You
Yes,
sure
I want
we've
to
seen
go.
everything?
I think I've seen everything. I mean, probably not.
Either
I'll
way,
probably kick myself
I'm
later.
ready for
But
this to be over.
Me too.
ready for this to be over. I'm really worried that we're going to have to dig up the dead body of our sibling. I'm really worried about what exactly Marianne has buried under that tree. But I don't know. We're going to find out. Hold my hand via the powers of the interwebs. This might get dark, guys. I'm not going to lie. It might get emotional.
What are we waiting for? I want to know who was here that night.
You know, these games, they do deal with quite psychological storylines. So, you know, if you are sensitive to these kind of things, just, you know, this is your trigger warning now. There are a couple of support links that Don't have provided, and I've been linking those in the
Let's try
description
and
boxes.
remember who Marianne was arguing with.
But yeah, if you are sensitive to quite sad storylines, quite problematic things, then yeah, this is your heads up now, guys. Here we go. So there's a memory here for us. Where is it? We're not quite close enough. There. Oh, this is a tough one. It's a tough one. It's taking a lot of me pressing buttons to remember this one. So they're trying to figure out who their dad is.
Almost.
Tom Becky, isn't it? Told you guys, we called it. Big brains on this channel.
Tom? Tom Vecchi is our father?
Disappointed.
It had
Of all
to
the
be.
options, right?
Tessa knew, didn't she?
Yeah, she must have.
That must be why she's
That's what
such
she
a
didn't
cow.
want to tell us.
God, Marianne and Tom?
I know.
What should we do now?
Should have picked Sam.
Yeah, call him
Should have
out
picked
here
Sam.
and make him tell us what was going on.
And if he won't?
We know his secret. He will. Tom? It's Allison. We need to talk. We know it was you.
Tom's like, what? What was me? What did I do? You know, Tom. You know what you did. Knew it. Creepy from the start, right? You should have gloves on. Why don't you have gloves on when you live in such a cold place? Like, I get cold just when the weather changes here. So imagine living somewhere where it's snowing like that all the time. I'd have one of those big,
Let me
massive,
take the
like,
lead on this.
padded
I know him
duvet
better.
coats on.
I thought I did, anyway.
Sure. Whatever. As long as we get answers.
This is creepy. Okay, we're getting into the Halloween spirit already, guys. I love the cinematography of it, how dramatic it is. Dude.
Kids, listen.
You're our father.
Come on, fess up. It's time, Tom.
Yes.
You knew how bad it got out here. How little we had. Why didn't you help Marianne?
You
Because
mean
he's
all
an
the money
arse.
she wanted? We didn't have anything to spare. Well, that winter was rough on everyone. You would have starved
Don't
out
know why
here
you
if
look
not
so
for all the free
glitchy.
food we gave you.
Don't act like you had anything to do with that. That was all Tessa.
Oh, so
That's
Tessa's
a
coming out
cool
as the good person
presumption,
now.
young man. Well, maybe it was Tessa's idea initially, but I supported it. And your mother was happy to live off our handouts.
You let Marianne drown. He did. He stood by, didn't do anything. Right, because he was there that night, wasn't he? They thought he was the Mad Hunter. Yeah. I think that's the,
You were here
the
that
more
night.
important pressing
You saw
issue there than
Marianne
the
and
barn.
Tyler. Why didn't you help?
I know it wasn't my best moment, but she threatened my life.
So you just decided to let her drown?
I didn't decide anything.
Yes, you did.
Everything happened so fast, I panicked. And by the time I got to town, Brown was already on his way
Do you know
out.
what, dude? You've had like
There
10
was
plus years to
nothing
think
else
about
I
this,
could
right?
do.
I don't know how long it's been. Well, I guess we're going to accuse him about the barn anyway.
You tried to burn down our barn and knocked Tyler unconscious.
Oh, Tyler's face then.
I never meant to hurt anybody. You weren't supposed to be home.
Doesn't
Ugh,
excuse the
he's
fact
such
that
a,
you
like-
didn't even stop to help.
What do you want me to say? I panicked.
Excuses. It's
terrified
like
that
a
this whole
little
thing was
boy
gonna
who's
blow
like,
up in my
oh, I didn't
face."
mean to.
I had to do something.
Very much thinking about himself in the situation. Wait, I've done these. Why does it want me to do them again? What's going on? Oh, I can press the space key and I get an extra thing. Interesting. Are we
Hey.
talking to each other?
You hearing me?
Yep. Sorry.
I'm just texting someone.
Trying
Sorry,
really
guys.
hard to keep myself from punching him in the face.
Doing well, Tyler.
Does he really expect us to believe there wasn't anything else he could have done that night?
I don't know, Ellie. I'd rather not think about it.
Is that everything? Well, I feel like we've done it. What should we do now? What should we do now?
So what do we do now?
We tell him he's got to fix the mess he made, one way or another.
You have to make this right. I mean, you need to go to the police station, dude.
You failed us, Tom.
Like, he
need
either
to
needs
make
to
it
take
right.
himself, or we're gonna
I'll do whatever
tell on him.
you want.
Tell on him. It's all
As
gonna be a
long as none
playground.
of this gets out.
Excuse me?
You want me to pay for my mistakes? Fine. But please, Tessa can't know.
I thought Tessa already knew.
This would kill her.
Tessa already knows, Tom.
No. That's...
I mean, didn't you just say
It's
that yourself
impossible.
that it was Tessa's idea
It
or
never
something?
occurred to you the reason Tessa cut Marianne off was you?
But she never said anything.
Oh my God, he's
Oh,
so
Lord.
You should try
immature.
talking to your wife.
He's such a child.
Maybe if you had, we wouldn't be in this situation. And maybe Marianne wouldn't be dead.
Oh, come on. You of all people should appreciate how troubled Marianne was.
See,
She was
classic,
unhinged.
like emotional
Something like
abuse
this
there,
would have
blaming
happened
other
sooner
people
or
for the
later.
things he's done wrong.
That was convenient for you, huh?
Give it to him hard.
You preyed on her because she was vulnerable. And you knew you could always blame it on crazy Marianne Ronan if you got
Yeah,
caught.
calling him out. Well
It was
done.
nothing like that. Nothing
That
at
sounded
all.
sarcastic. It wasn't. I'm backing her.
Your mother was a very pretty woman. And she'd been so many places and done so many things.
So what? You just treated her like a jerk?
The way I always thought I would have. I got caught up. Love made me a fool. Look, I made mistakes.
Yeah, it's not falling
But
in love
this
with
will
someone
not
that's
go
the
any
bad thing that
further
you've
than
done,
the three
Tom.
of us.
Why? We know. Tessa knows. Marianne's dead. There's no point in hiding it anymore.
Because he's hiding it from himself,
He's
isn't he? He's
afraid
not dealing
it'll
with it
tank his
himself.
campaign. Am I wrong?
Jesus, Tom.
I've kept your secret all these years. I don't want to go
Their
see it,
secret.
but I will if I have to.
Oh, he's horrible.
Yeah. Your little story about self-defense. I've never told anyone how Marianne really died. That night, I came out here because I
Is he
was
lying?
worried about your mother.
Oh my god. What a snake. What an absolute toad. Stab him as well, Alison. No, people aren't... No.
What are they doing?
See, he's trying to blackmail them now. He's trying to threaten them, bully them, blackmail them, emotionally extort them to keep quiet.
His fault. This is his fault.
Like, no, don't ever let anyone put you in that position, because they're acting like that because they're scared of the truth. That's what they fear the most, and you have that power over them. So don't ever let anyone silence you, because they're going to say whatever they can. Anything that they can say to stop you speaking your truth, they will say, because that's the power you have over them. Don't let them push you around. It's always better to speak your truth. And right, people might not believe you. It might not work out well, but at least you know that you've done the right thing in the situation and that you haven't let anyone emotionally blackmail you or threaten you, because that is disgusting behaviour.
The Mad Hunter.
Wait, no! Stop!
I'm not believing this at all.
Honey! Wait, no! Please. Mom. Mom, please.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
What, and then you ran away and didn't help? You didn't go and... Like, yeah, ran away like a little toad, right? Dude, the children. You could have given a CPR. Honestly, the kids were more mature than he was. It's like absolute snake. No matter what, right? No matter what in that situation, you go, you give the first aid, you comfort the children.
You're a fucking liar.
I saw what I saw.
You're manipulating us just like you manipulated her.
Yeah, call it out for what it is.
Tyler!
You're not listening to this, are you?
Oh, for fuck's sake, Alison. Sorry for swearing, guys.
Be smart about this, Allison.
Punch
Are
him.
you sure you want this to get out? You've
Don't
got
punch
way
people,
more here to
guys.
lose than
But
he
it's a
does.
game. I wanted to.
His name will be all but cleared, but you'll be a killer. What will your uncle say?
She's already told him Dirkface. I don't know what Dirkface is.
But the whole town might turn on you.
This is why I'm terrible in arguments.
Don't.
Oh my god, I would have headbutted him. Well done, Tyler.
You know I'm right.
Just get out of here, Tom. Tyler and I need to talk alone.
She's already confessed.
Please.
She's already told her uncle
Twice
exactly
before
what
making any rash
happened.
decisions. There are a whole lot of lives
And now
at
we're going to
stake
tell them
here.
all about you. Okay, so
Leave us
aggressive.
the fuck alone. And never come back.
I would go straight to the uncle. Absolutely would. No, it's disgusting. Disgusting. Like, no matter if he tells
Ellie,
the truth
you
or
okay?
his version of the story,
You
you know,
didn't
the
let
fact that
asshole
he
get to
left
you, did you?
is unforgivable in my opinion.
Did you?
He claims to have
What if
loved her
he's
but
right?
didn't go and help her when she was injured.
I've been having all of
And they're
these
his children,
nightmares
and
about that night.
they
were a lot
experienced that and he
how
ran
Tom
away.
said. And now, when I try to remember, that's all I can see.
Doesn't matter, you were children, he did the wrong thing.
He's
He was the
trying to
adult
mess
who
with
had a
your head,
choice and he
and you're letting
did
it
the wrong
work.
thing.
No, it's more than that.
Sorry to be talking over it all, I'm really annoyed.
Ever since we started digging, I haven't been able to shake this feeling like something's off.
Something's off because he put this in your head. Don't let him get away with it.
He might not be lying. We keep getting things mixed up. We remember totally different versions of the past.
Those are just details. This isn't that. She was going to kill me.
I'm not so sure anymore, Tyler.
But Alison, if you thought that, you know, at the end of the day, she did have a gun. Tyler was looking vulnerable. She could have, as a child, she could have easily misunderstood that moment. So they're going to see what really happened now, I suppose. I mean, we know that Alison had a bit of a warped memory of Marianne anyway. She didn't see things. She definitely saw things from her perspective. That's the interesting thing about this, right? Everybody's seeing things from their own perspective. Poor little bean. I mean, she hasn't got the gun. Well, she is. See, she's got it in kind of like a semi-raised. It could go either way, right? It's easily misinterpreted. Like, children, they don't comprehend things clearly. Yeah, look, she's not. But it's still, it doesn't matter because it's... You know, it was a mistake, a misunderstanding, a tragic one at the end of the day, but... Wait, what?
She had a gun pointed at me. She chased me. She said she was going to kill me.
See, this is the problem with memory, isn't it?
She threatened Tom with those exact same words, with the same gun, on the same pier. The thing you said to Eddie the other day got thrown back at me. Don't you think it's possible that happened here too?
I guess it's possible. Fuck.
God. Imagine not knowing.
I don't know.
It's a big difference, isn't it?
And we're never gonna know the truth, are we?
I mean, the truth, in my
The second
opinion,
you walk away from something,
based on
that's it.
patterns of
Yeah.
behaviour, right, with Marianne, she clearly
I
loved
guess
them so
at this
much.
point, you just have to decide what you believe.
Me?
Yeah.
Based on everything
You
in
need
the
to start
attic,
dealing, Allie. And
the
that
love
means
that
coming
she
to
had for them
terms
and
with
for the child that she lost.
whatever
I
version
don't
of
think
the
she would
past
ever hurt
feels
them.
the most true to you. No more running. Whatever you choose, you gotta live with it, okay?
I've decided we're doing it. I mean, everything we've learnt about Marianne's story, it just doesn't make any sense at all. There's no evidence to support why she would point a gun at the children. Everything actually points against it. Everything points towards Marianne wanting to protect the children against Tom. So that is, you know, I'm a Libra. It's my job to weigh up all the information in this situation and to make a decision. And the decision has been made.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
She didn't threaten Tyler. Of course she wouldn't. But that still doesn't mean that Alison wasn't just... Well, she wasn't justified in what she did, but... You know, she could have misunderstood it very, very easily, right?
No, don't do this. Allison, this isn't what...
She was going to kill herself.
What? Was she?
Just herself.
Wait, I missed that. How did that happen?
You interrupted her and
Oh.
we got confused.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I thought she was just threatening Tom. I didn't think she was going to kill
Tyler,
herself.
that was meant for us.
Oh, that does explain
It
why
was
she left
her
all
way
that.
of explaining what she was going through. I made a horrible mistake.
Oh, Alison.
Hey,
It
it's
was
okay.
just a mistake, though.
I'm here.
You know? A very confused child making a mistake. A child raised by an unstable mother in an unstable situation. Oh, I can feel those tears trying to come. Poor Alison. I mean, that's awful that she has to live with that, but I don't know. I always believe in the truth, and I really don't think Marianne would have ever intended to hurt them based on the stuff that we've learned. And Alison was a child. It wasn't like she intentionally murdered her mother.
Peep what I just found downstairs. What do you think? Will it have aged well?
Oh my god,
or
that's
just gone bad?
amazing. Did they make that? Okay, are they going to sell those mugs somewhere? Because I kind of want one.
Where are you at right now?
I just keep hearing her say she wasn't going to hurt you. Over and over.
We were kids. We freaked out. You weren't equipped to deal with that shit.
At the end of the day, I still hold Tom responsible because he was the adult
just
who could
talking
have
to
done
you.
something and didn't.
And I
Misunderstood Alison, that's all.
killed her.
I mean, yeah, that too,
Stop.
but... And she didn't kill her. One, she was going to kill herself anyway if Tyler hadn't interrupted her, apparently. And two, it was
I
the
don't wanna use our
water,
voice
according
again.
to the autopsy report, the cold water.
Ever.
What? Seriously?
So actually, Tom, if
I
he'd
know.
have helped her, she would
But
have survived.
I want to stop feeling like this,
Probably.
and I think we'll be better off without it. This morning, I kept getting these horrible visions of you and Marianne and Eddie.
Visions. Like our memories?
Yeah, but different. It was all my worst thoughts brought to life. You were in my bedroom saying I abandoned you. Eddie called me a snake.
I'm sorry. I should have been there for you.
It's okay, I was the one who walked out. I can't let that happen again.
I don't think it will. Something's been pushing us to find answers. And now we have them. Maybe I'm wrong. And if it stays bad, we can stop. But I really want to keep what makes us us.
The Mad Hunter was forced to remain below the lake with the Moon Hag, but she did not kill him, because even reduced to just one hand, he was too useful a servant. Lo, he plotted
What do you
the day
think?
he would emerge,
Brothers and
to
sisters?
once again hunt the wise princess and earn back his left hand.
Always.
And that is the story of how the crafty goblins rescued the wise princess from the Mad Hunter.
I've gone very quiet, haven't I? I'm not quite getting the significance of that. I think maybe I've just not quite pinpointing what that exactly means. Because the stories are all metaphors, right? And I'm not quite understanding that one. So there should be music here, but I've got the music turned off, so... Just play some emotional music yourselves, guys, as you watch this scene. It's a lovely story, though. I love their bond, and I love the questions that it asks about memory and how memory can be distorted and viewed through different lenses. I think that's a really interesting dynamic to play around with. How people can manipulate facts, how people can put their own spin on things, how the question of who do you believe. I'm glad we didn't have to dig up that tree. I'm just gonna be honest there. Yeah. people who want to manipulate the truth for their own reasons, this kind of thing. 6 months later. So beautiful. The scenery is gorgeous. They've still got the house 6 months later. Still a bit messy. Oh my god, is that Tyler? Don't like his hair like that. Not loving that. I miss his floofy hair. I miss his floppy hair. Oh, it looks weird. I'm so used to him with the longer hair at the
One last
top.
look. I'm good to go.
See, eagle justice there. That's me watching it and deciding which option I'm going to choose. Sorry about the squeaky chair again, guys. Just if you're new to my videos, I have a very squeaky chair.
House is empty. I'm getting ready to
Oh,
head out.
they are selling
so,
it.
last chance. Is there anything you want me to do while I'm in town?
Listen, Ty, you're dropping off the keys with Tina, right?
Yep. Gonna leave them at her office on my way to the ferry.
Like
Oh,
Tina.
that's it then.
Let's ask about Juno first, right?
How's Juno?
Big and full of people, even without tourists.
I think she'll
Michael's
like that. The
been writing up
busyness
rules for
keeps
the
her out of her own
apartment.
head.
I need your support against his whole food policy.
Just refuse to sign anything until I get there. Okay?
Okay, but you better hurry. If he gets his way, we'll only have one small shelf for junk food.
What? Heresy. I'm gonna need like twice that just for snack cakes after my surgery next month.
I know, right?
Oh.
This cannot stand.
Interesting. Okay, now we can ask how she is.
How are you?
Good, actually. Really good.
Good.
Same. You know, emptying the house really cleared my head out.
Thanks for doing that.
Empty house,
The
empty
observatory
head.
really needed me this
That's
week.
the saying.
And after everything that happened, I just felt like I needed to keep some miles between me and Delos Crossing.
No worries. You still loving your therapist?
Gail, yes. I was actually just doing some letter writing she assigned me as homework. It really helped me get some perspective.
Oh.
That sounds awesome.
Okay, go on. I want to know what's going on with Tom. I really hope they told their uncle everything. Really, really hope they did.
Did you see the article I sent you about Tom losing the
They
election?
didn't tell.
Yes, I saw your message
Can't
right
believe we
before
didn't
derby
have that
practice,
option.
so I didn't have time to read it. But I did cackle at the headline.
Did you picture Tom's face whenever you went in for a block?
No, but that is a great idea.
Anyways, think I should swing by the store for one final fuck off?
Yes.
See you never, Vecchies.
Should have known they were awful when I saw that sign. The
Okay,
name of the shop.
I'm gonna hang up now.
See you tonight.
Okay. I'm gonna take one last walk through the
I'm
house.
so annoyed
and
that we
then
didn't get
head
to tell her
safe.
uncle about Tom.
Pretty sure that's the only way possible in the old Allison mobile.
Love you, Tyler.
Love you.
How can I have closure if I don't get to out Tom as being an absolute slime ball? Okay, in my version of the story, they went straight to their uncle, told about Tom, and everybody realised that he was a horrible, horrible person who basically let someone die and then tried to win an election. Okay, that's the story we're going with. Right, okay, let's... Whoa, he's jogging. He's literally running around now. Oh, no, he's stopped. Is there anything else we want to look at before we go? This is going to be a longer episode, I guess, but they've kept the door as well. That's nice. Strange empty, isn't it? Such a nice house, though. Really, really is a lovely house. I like it. I like it a lot.
Seeing it empty is so weird. But at least it's the last time we'll ever have to.
I think you're going to want to take your laptop, Tyler. You don't want to leave that here. Okay, leaving that on the floor, knocking himself out on the shelves there. He's chatting with Michael. Michael, must be a relief to finally be done with that place, no doubt. If traffic's not too bad, I should be back at our place around 4 p.m. Our place. Oh. Haha, traffic in Delos. Only if the mailbox bandit escaped. Hey, I'm making that biscuit thing you like. Damn, on my way. I'll probably spelling's as good as mine. I'll probably take out some fire hydrants and stop signs. Don't die. I'll keep it warm. See you in a few. Cheesy grin. That is damn cute. Okay, yeah. Wait, no. Clicked on the wrong thing. Sorry, guys. Take the laptop. Okay, we took the laptop. Can I take... See, I feel like I want to take that. Will you let me move, please? Did it not give me an option to take that? It only lets me examine it, and then I'm just going to leave it on the floor for the people who move in. Fine. Bit weird, but okay. Can I go outside? Oh, it's so beautiful. Really not loving Tyler's hair, though. It's so nice. Okay, go back inside. I thought we were going to have a moment out there, but no, I mean, to be fair, that door could have just been open. Could have just been open. Would have saved me a little cutscene thing. What's this? Delos Crossing most wanted escapes. Aha! Yes, the mailbox bandit has escaped. Funny. Okay, I want to definitely go up and have a look in their bedroom, but let's have a quick look in the kitchen. I think there's some stuff on the side here. What's this? Let's read this one. Hey goblins, word in town is you guys finally sold the house. I came by tonight to help you fix what needs to be fixed, but there was nobody home. Are you gone already? Things change so fast these days. Is this Sam? Yeah. Oh, Sam, my heart. Anyway, you know where to find me if you want me to fix things. If you're still in town, I mean. It's getting late and I'm pretty tired. Oh, and I'm sorry for acting up like the stupid ass I am. Everywhere I look, I think about what used to be. I've been trying to do better, but I think it might be too late for an old bear like me. I kind of want him to fall in love with someone new. I want him to, like, find his little, like, Mrs. Bear. Not sure if this will reach you. It's getting late. Call me if you're still around. Be safe, Sam. P.S. I wish it was as easy to fix everything as a boat. He's such a sweetie. I want to take that letter with us. I hope they keep in touch with Sam and check in on him and stuff, because, you know, I think he, honestly, if he could have adopted them or fostered them, like, if he was their dad and he had a legitimate, like, claim, I think he would have done it in a heartbeat. And I think that actually would have been really, really good for them, for him, because he would have had more responsibility for other people. He wouldn't have drowned his sorrows as much, I don't think. Right, okay, let's take that stuff. Oh, you take that, but you leave the letter and the thing on the floor of there. Fair. Fine. Right, I think that's everything here. So let's go upstairs. Oh, they've took the frogs. There were like 3 frogs out there, wasn't there? So let's go and see what's upstairs. I'm really excited actually to get to the... It's just such a beautiful house. It really, really is. I'm excited before I lean to get... Actually, maybe it's just that, yeah.
Certainly hope the new owners are Mr. or Mrs. Fix-It.
I hope... what's that? That, like, paper airplane on there. Can I not get it? I hope that it's another nice lady and she doesn't know how to fix anything and she needs a big bear to come and fix things for her so Sam can feel useful. We're making up the stories in our heads, guys. They told on Tom, and Sam's gonna have a nice lady friend to come and fix this house with, and maybe tell her all the stories, and she's gonna love that about him, and she's gonna appreciate that.
Goodbye, room.
You know, she's not gonna be jealous of his love for Marianne. Goodbye, man on the moon. She's not going to be jealous of that, but she's going to, like, see that as something beautiful about him. I was looking at me getting well into, like, stories. I just want him to be happy because he's a nice person, okay? What have we got here? What's this, like, weird dot in the middle of the room? What is it? And why can't I click on it? Send picture to Alison?
For posterity.
It really is just, like, really gorgeous house. I like it. I like it a lot. Right, let's go. I mean, he's not had any, like, memories. So he's sending it to Alison. And she sent 2 goblins back. That's cute. Right, don't trip up on the stairs. I mean, I would just honestly take that carpet off the stairs at this point, because that is not looking safe. Right, I think we're done. I think we've kind of explored everywhere there is to explore. Maybe will it let us take one last look in the mirror? No, I thought he might let us click on it and he might sort of tell us a little bit more about how he's feeling about his identity, but apparently not. What's that on the floor? And it's really sad that, I don't know, oh, somebody's going to university. Good. What's this?
I should pick up Allison's stuff on my way out.
Alison, you'll find enclosed in this letter your severance cheque. I have also packed up the last of the personal items you left for you to pick up at the store. Please coordinate with Michael to see when is the best time for you to come by the store. I wish you the best of luck with your future endeavours. That's very formal, isn't it, from Tessa? I mean, understandable, right? At least she's not completely ignoring her. Oh, no, I didn't want to click on that.
Pick up Allison's stuff on my way out.
Stop. There's a lot of stuff that you should pick up. I know they called him Tom. Tyler, that you've not picked up.
You didn't need our help losing the election, Tom.
Major scale sales to victory. What does it say? By Amy Chung. Dallas Crossing. Mayor Leslie Scrow wins mayoral election. Declared victory in her bid for re-election over controversial challenger Thomas Becky, with an almost 68% of the vote. I mean, that means that Tom got maths 32% of the vote. So Scrow's triumph was the widest margin of victory in Dallas Crossing's history. Her rival Becky sparked much debate in the community over his gun control policies, but her success has been mainly attributed to her willingness to reach across party lines. Many in the community say her re-election came as no surprise. Yay! Becky has become a steady voice for change, but since his concession on Friday, the local business owner has retreated from the spotlight, preferring to focus on his general store and the restaurant he operates with his wife Tessa Becky. When asked about the results, Becky simply expressed disappointment but offered no official statement. At the very least, I hope Tom's learned some lessons from all of that, but I don't know, I think he got away with something horrendous. I think he acted appallingly throughout it, and Tessa, again, not a lot of love for Tessa, so I hope that they learnt the lessons and became better people, but I doubt if they did. I mean, I could leave the house for good, but I actually want to see if I can look in the barn. I'm a bit worried that that'll trigger like the end scene, where actually I kind of want to go and have a poke around over here. It's not going to let me in, is it? Oh, what was that? Like a butterfly, yeah. Can I look through the window? Climbing through the window! Yeah, it's not got anything to say about the barn. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, I don't know. I'd want to poke around that attic some more. It'd be difficult, I think. Difficult for me to leave all that. I'd want to kind of take the panels, I think, with me. But then I suppose it's nice for if another family move in, especially if they've got children, to have that as like almost like a hideout. It'd be a really, really cool hideout. And then kind of for Marianne's story to live on a little, you know, a little bit of her legacy, a bit of her character, because she did engineering.
Well, this is goodbye for real, I guess.
You know, it's good for something of her to live on, and to bring delight and joy to other people, I think. I suppose if it is very painful for them. Okay, sad music or hopeful music. I don't know what kind of music's playing. Maybe it's an Irish jig.
Hey, Aaron. It's Tyler Ronan. I thought I'd catch you on your break between
so he's
sessions.
Keeping in touch with people from
I guess you're going along with another rebel with too many causes.
That's good. It's good he's keeping in touch with people.
I know I haven't reached out since I left Fireweed, but I just wanted to say...
I love that wallpaper.
You were right about grief. About it going in circles. This morning, I was out on the porch staring at the fog, and my mother, she just tumbled right out of me. But it was okay. It actually felt good to remember. Anyway,
This t-shirt got a poop emoji on it.
give me a call back if you get a chance. I'll see you around. And thank you.
Aww. It's a nice ending. It's so pretty as well. Okay, do we get to see the choices now? I hope so. Or do we get to see Alison, maybe? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be, guys? That's it. That's all she wrote. Twins for life. Oh, I really, really enjoyed that. I think I've said most of what I wanted to say. Yeah, I would have liked to have had the option to have told everybody what Tom was like. I think that should have been out in the open. And I think he should have faced whatever he had to face over that, because I think he needed it for his own soul development, because he was clearly such an immature, weak, pathetic, low down, dirty scumbag of a person. Just disgusting. It really it's a nice juxtaposition as well, a nice contrast with people like Eddie and like Sam, who were much more kind of stable fatherly figures. And I know Sam had his own problems dealing with the things that he had to let go of in his life. I think he was clinging on to a lot of things and struggling to deal with that. But Eddie was such a good guy, and I'm so glad that he didn't turn out to be a bad guy, because I think that would have broke my heart, actually. Really looked after the pair of them, even paying for Tyler's fees, which Tyler didn't even know about. And then Sam as well, being there, being very, very dependable, fixing things up, wanting to be helpful, wanting to be useful. And even things like on the night where they were taken into custody, going back to the house and having the sense to get the two goblin figures for them, which obviously had so much emotional value to them and so much emotional meaning. He could have got something practical, he could have got something almost meaningless, but he didn't. He got something that was so personal and emotive to them. I think he's a really, really nice character, actually. Probably one of my favourite characters in the whole of the thing. Dave B. Mitchell. Good job, Dave B. Mitchell, because, yeah, really, really like Sam's character there. Production babies. Oh, and one's called Leo. Oh, Leo is the name of Marianne's first baby. So yeah, and I really am happy with my choice there as well at the end to say that Marianne didn't threaten Tyler, because I genuinely do not think she would have done. She clearly, her children meant everything to her, and I can't for a second think that she would do anything to put them in jeopardy like that. And if she reached a point where, we still don't really know what happened. I actually thought that she had the gun because she was, she was clearly under a lot of pressure. She clearly was a little bit unstable mentally, especially she had a bit of this gift as well of being able to visualize memories and the kind of clairaudience that the twins had. Clearly she made... Okay, calm down, phone. If she was dealing with a bit of mental instability, and she felt threatened by Tom, and she was struggling to feed the children, and it's a shame because there were people around her who could have genuinely helped her, but I can see that she could have had a mental break there, where I thought that she had the gun because she was trying to protect the children from Tom or threaten Tom, and almost show him that she was serious and that he needed to back away. Gun control in America, that's a whole other story that I'm not going to get into right now. But I think I don't think Alison has to shoulder any blame, because she was clearly a very young child who I think misinterpreted the situation there and was defending a brother. Children, they don't understand, they don't have the cognizance, that's something that's still developing at their age, to be able to understand exactly what's going on in situations. So I put full blame for Marianne's death on Tom, because as the adult in that situation, he should have 100% gone over there, taken those scissors off Alison, calmed the children down, pulled Marianne out of the water if he could, at least attempted to, right? Given her CPR, and who knows, she might have lived. This story could have been extremely different had Tom not been a complete and utter asshole. I think as well, if Tom in the first place had actually been a decent father and a decent human being and actually looked after the children without wanting anything back in return, and had been very, very honest and supportive in the situation, I don't think Marianne would have got to such a deteriorated capacity in the first place. I think she would have actually had the ability to be a brilliant mother to the children, whether she was with Tom or not, being given appropriate support from a father of her children. And everything had been out in the open from the start. Perhaps she could have had a relationship with Sam, perhaps Eddie could have helped her out more, perhaps she could have got a different job somewhere else, but I think it was the secrets and the lies and the emotional. Clearly Tom was an emotionally abusive person, and Tessa wasn't much better either with her ideas about how she should parent the children. So I think that, it's really sad, actually. It's really sad that events went the way that they did. But yeah, I think Tom is the big bad guy in this. Really, really do. I think he acted appallingly every step of the way. There you go. If you want to look up the songs that were in this that we didn't get to hear, there they are. So there we go. That's my thoughts on the situation. Looking forward to actually finding out. There we go. So Tyler and Alison. Alison was grateful they completed Marianne's puzzle. 93% completed the puzzle. Brilliant. Alison was influenced by Tom's testimony. So, see, that's actually, it's almost the same as the people who voted for Tom. 61% believed in Tom's testimony, 39% believed in the twins' memory. I do think that I'm really, really happy with what we chose, and I do think that was correct based on the story that we were given. I think a lot of people may have been influenced to believe in the twins' memory because they had more sympathy and compassion and more felt more connected to the twins' story, and were quite aware that Tom was the bad guy. So I think they naturally sided with the people that they resonated with more. But I think that the logic of the storyline actually was more like Tom's. Tom's version was correct. I think there was manipulation. I think Tom was manipulating around that story. And Tom was a bad person. But I don't for a second think Marianne would have threatened her children. Really, absolutely 100% don't. So there we go. The twins trusted their bond and kept their voice. 94% held on to their voice. I didn't realise letting go of their voice was an option, and I'm glad that they held on to it. Eddie, good old Eddie Brown. Eddie was relieved that Alison accepted responsibility in the murder. 65% confessed. I thought that would be higher, actually. I really did think that would be higher. I think it was the right thing to do, and I think that the guilt and the stress of bottling it all up was clearly taking an emotional and mental toll on Alison. And I think actually confessing, I always believe, I'm a Libra, guys, I believe in the truth. I think that confessing the truth, it was part of her being able to process it and move on. So I think I'm happy with what we chose, and I'm curious actually to know the reasons for the people who didn't confess the truth. So if you would have if you would have chosen not to confess the truth, I'd be interested to hear your reasons why. The same with choosing the twins version of events over Tom's. I'd be really curious to know why you did that. I may actually go and watch other people's streams. I know Molly, I absolutely love Molly to bits, English Simmer, and I usually watch her play these kind of games. So yeah, I'm curious to see what Molly chooses. I may go and watch her Let's Plays after this. Sam felt understood by Alison. 71% listened to Sam's story. 29% confronted Sam with his addiction. I don't remember having that option. I'm glad we listened to his story. I would have been sad if we'd have missed out on his story, because I felt very, very emotionally connected to Sam's story there. He's such a sad old bear of a man, isn't he? And like, in my head, as this story continues, you know, Sam has a happy ending with this new love interest that I've dreamt up out of nowhere. So yeah, I hope Sam recovers. Such a sad character. Good old Michael. Michael felt closer to Tyler. 67% kissed Michael. Again, I kind of thought that would be higher. Right, we're probably going to get an end scene right now. Maybe, perhaps. Let's have a look. Oh, here you go. So, yeah, I'm going to read it out. If you or anyone you know are struggling with suicidal thoughts or experiencing emotional crisis, you can find help using these resources. No matter. You matter. You do matter. Oh, and it's gone. Okay, I hope you can rewind and screenshot that if you want to. You do matter. You do. Everybody does. And we all go through times that are hard and dark. It's important to reach out for the support when we need to. Yeah, just know that situations do change. A lot of the time you don't even know. It's like you sit there and you think, I don't know how I'm ever going to get out of this situation. I don't think things are ever going to change for me. And it's really hard when you're in that dark place to see the light at the end of the tunnel sometimes. But the universe is a strange thing, and opportunities come in for you. You know, things shift that you don't see coming, and tomorrow or a week or even a year later, your life could look dramatically different from the way it does when you're in those dark places. So hold on, reach out for support, because you never know what the universe has in store for you, and sometimes it's brilliant, unexpected things. Yeah. Do take care. I hope you've enjoyed experiencing this game with me. I really do appreciate those of you that have been watching, especially those who've watched every single video. You know who you are. And do leave me a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps me out. Totally understand if you don't want to do any of those things, so no pressure. Yeah. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you do want me to play more Telltale games, it's not a Telltale game. Don't nod games. Sorry, it's because it's called Tell Me Why, and I've got like word jumble brain. If you want me to play more games like this, more story-based games, do let me know. I really enjoyed it. I never thought that I would be I've always been the person who watches other people play these games, and I never thought I'd be sat here recording and uploading to YouTube from this side of things. So it's quite exciting for me to be able to do this. Yeah, and this is what I was talking about sometimes when you're in a dark place, you don't know what life has in store for you, and you can't envision yourself doing certain things because everything's such a struggle. A year ago, I would not have thought that I would be able to do this. Whenever anyone has said to me in the past, you should be on YouTube, I sort of like bat the idea away and think, well, nobody would ever listen to me, nobody would watch my videos. Like, why would they watch me when there's all these other people to watch, and I'm not confident, and I don't like my voice, and I'd make up all these million excuses as to why I shouldn't do it. And it took getting bored in lockdown to be like, sod it, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it because it's fun to do, and it's learning something new. No matter what comes of it, this is what I'm doing now. Let's see how it goes. And I think taking that pressure off yourself and just doing something genuinely because you find it fun to do. That's always the right reason to choose to do something, because it's fun and interesting for you. And if you are doing something because you want validation from others, then that is 100% the reason why you shouldn't do it, because I think that comes from a place of insecurity. But when you get to a point where you're like, I'm going to do this because I want to do it, and whatever happens, then that's a good place to be. So yeah, I didn't think I'd be doing this, and I'm doing it now. And I hope that if you are struggling a little bit, if you are having confidence troubles, that this at least is a grain in the right direction for you, a grain of hope or advice, to you. You never know. You just never know how things are going to change for you. Right, okay, I'm going to leave it there. Take care, guys. I hope you have a brilliant day, a brilliant week, an amazing year, and I will see you again soon, hopefully with some kind of spooky game for spooky season. Take care, guys. Love you. See you soon.